At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
If you grill it, he will come.
Hey.
Is this heaven?
Nope. It's fairway.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders, it's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm-strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on a successful year, and remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
Live from Extreme Arena in Coralville, Iowa, you're watching the 2024 Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. I'm Daniel Versteg, welcoming you to a Class 2A state quarterfinal matchup. It is an all-North Iowa Cedar League Central Division matchup. The 5-seeded Falcons of Aplington-Parkersburg square off with an old foe, the 4th-seeded Wolverines of Dike-New Hartford. A matchup that is sure to be a good one if the regular season suggested anything, which it did. Suggested that these two squads would be very evenly matched as they played earlier on in the year. Let's take a look at how both of these teams have gotten to Coralville. Both of these teams very familiar with Coralville, Iowa at this point. Dike-New Hartford, of course, 29-15. We all know what the Wolverines can bring to the table. They're the defending 2A state champs. They've won 3 of the last 4 state championships and looking for their 10th overall in the last 15 years. They were able to defeat Wapsie Valley in a 3-set-to-none thriller and a nice win over the Warriors there. This Wolverines squad does not quite have some of the names that we've been used to the last couple of years, but that doesn't mean they don't have some stars. Lucy and Ruby Varney are going to be players that we are going to be accustomed to hearing throughout the matchup. Lucy Varney, more of the setter, someone that can facilitate that offense pretty well. Ruby Varney, well, she's going to be on the defensive side, digging up passes over almost 4 digs a set. Meanwhile, Aplington-Parkersburg, what a season the Falcons have been having. They're 36-6 on the year. Had to defeat Sumner Fredericksburg, also a North Iowa Cedar League rival there. A 3-set-to-none win in that matchup. We're going to hear a lot of Isabella Boozman. The Falcons run a 5-1, and she is their setter. One of the top setters in the state, nearing 1,000 assists on the year. And then, of course, some great servers as well. Julia Mostek, with an ace serve on the year. The sophomore, as she looks to try and make some plays. You got some great attackers as well. Peyton Closter, Zoe Eulenhop, just a couple of key contributors. Jensen Kloster, the freshman. All three of those will make some impact plays offensively for Aplington-Parkersburg. We are gearing up for this matchup. The winner's already going to play another North Iowa Cedar League team in Denver, and we'll see who will face another conference rival in the next. New Hartford from Extreme Arena in Coralville. You're watching the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, a fifth-generation farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau.
And I'm Erin Gerlich, executive director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. We're excited to have you join us for the Girls State Volleyball Tournament.
As title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, we're proud to support this fantastic event. At the Iowa Farm Bureau, we believe that strong farms and strong schools go hand in hand. Iowa farmers are some of the most productive individuals in our state, working endlessly to grow and raise nutritious food and sustain our communities. Student athletes are also incredibly productive, dedicating countless hours to train and excel in their sports. Partnering with the Girls Union allows us to celebrate both groups while supporting and empowering the Iowa girl.
Reaching the state tournament is no small feat, and it takes a strong support system. Thanks to the Iowa Farm Bureau, we're able to honor students for their outstanding achievements, both on the court and in the classroom. They're committed to your success, helping provide awards, grants, and scholarships to honor excellence in athletics and academics.
As Iowans, we have much to be proud of. Whether you're a student competing today or a fan cheering on your school, we all play a role in making our state shine. So from the Iowa Farm Bureau
and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union,
congratulations on a fantastic season and best of luck in the tournament games.
Live from Extreme Arena in Coralville, Iowa. Again, the 2024 Girls State Volleyball Tournament is presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. We got a great one for you. It's the 4 seed versus the 5 seed in Class 2A. Dike-New Hartford is the number 4 seed. They are the defending Class 2A state champs after that historic 50-0 championship run last year. Aplington-Parkersburg, the up-and-comers, 36-6. They're the 5 seed and trying to dethrone a conference rival. Yeah, you get that's the best part about the North Iowa Cedar League is you got 3 divisions actually in that league of incredibly great volleyball. And specifically in the Central Division. They play each other once in that Central Division in best of 5s. You've got Dike-New Hartford, Denver, who just moved on to the semifinals with the sweep of Boynton Hall, and then Aplington-Parkersburg. All three of them are here at the state tournament. They're all in the same division. Now, Dike-New Hartford, a lot of people were suggesting, hey, these guys they're not going to be able to do what they've done here the last few years of the state tournament. They're not going to be able to win a championship. They may not even be able to get back here. Now, they've proven everybody wrong. You graduate 3 Division I volleyball players, and people are definitely concerned about what you can bring to the table, but the Wolverines were not concerned. They knew they had some talent coming back, and that just shows how great this program is when you can continue to have success. Meanwhile, Aplington-Parkersburg, they came into this 2024 season saying, hey, we want to show everybody last year wasn't a fluke. Got to the state tournament. They were a 7 seed, had to go up against the eventual runners-up to Dike-New Hartford, the Hinton Blackhawks, and just could not take a set from them. It was a tough loss, and it was the first time they had been in the state tournament in about 15 years. They wanted to prove that wasn't a fluke. They weren't going to be a flash in the pan, and they were going to start becoming a regular here at the state tournament in Coralville, and they got that done, defeating Sumner Fredericksburg 3-0. Both these teams playing some outstanding volleyball down the stretch run heading into tournament play. You look at Aplington-Parkersburg, and they have won 12 matches in a row with only 1 set loss in that 12-match winning streak. Meanwhile, Dike-New Hartford is on a run of 9 match wins in a row, and they've only lost 1 set in that run as well. So something's going to have to give as this Class 2A state tournament continues on. We are now in the second half of the quarterfinals, at least on this court. The other court has just gotten started with set number 3, and right now it's Eddyville, Blakesburg, Fremont, the Rockets, and the 2 seed. They're leading the Regals of Iowa City Regina 2-0, but Iowa City Regina has a lead in set 3 in that matchup as well. The 2A the 2A quarterfinals will continue on the other court with another one coming up later on in Class 1A. The quarterfinals will play tonight during the 6 o'clock hour, during the 8 o'clock hour. So we've still got all kinds of state championship, state tournament volleyball for you throughout the day, and it's all semifinals tomorrow. It's a quick 3 days leading up to the championship, but they are a fun 3 days, and we've had some great matchups. So we talked about in the last matchup, 1 versus 8. That's not a gimme this year. You got to be able to respect every opponent because they all deserve to be here. And because of just the familiarity between these two that you're about to watch, between Dike-New Hartford and Aplington-Parkersburg, that familiarity is there. Dike-New Hartford, they're too successful to take a team like Aplington-Parkersburg for granted. Well, the Falcons don't know any different than losing to Dike-New Hartford. They've got to respect what the Wolverines are going to bring to the table today. Before we get this one started, we're going to send it down to the court and to our public address announcer as we continue our pre-match coverage between Aplington-Parkersburg and Dike-New Hartford with our pre-match introductions.
To today's 2024 Girls State Volleyball 2A quarterfinal matchup featuring the Aplington-Parkersburg Falcons and the Dike-New Hartford Wolverines.
Molly Schaefer, point, Rockets.
Fans at this time, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and the Iowa Farm Bureau would like to recognize the outstanding sportsmanship and decorum shown by the qualifying schools during the season and state tournament week. In recognition of the importance of good athlete advisory committee, we'll present each nominee with a certificate of recognition and a $250 check payable to their school scholarship fund. Please join us in honoring these individuals whose decorum and respect for others serves as a model for all spectators attending interscholastic events. From Aplington-Parkersburg, Ruth Ulfers.
Lacey Taylor, point, Rockets. Substitution for the Rockets.
And from Dike-New Hartford, Ashley Tott.
Serving number 11, number 11, Kate
The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union promotes good sportsmanship by participants, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants, officials, and spectators in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or abusive comments, or intimidating actions directed at officials, participants, coaches, team representatives, or event personnel will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. We thank you for your cooperation and invite you to just Enjoy the game. Fans, it's now time to introduce the players in today's 2A quarterfinal matchup. Let's meet the team from Aplington-Parkersburg. Here are the Falcons, your non-starters.
Point, Regals.
Number 6, Kennedy Kalkdorf. Number 7, Adri Allen. Number 10, Jensen Kloster. Number 11, Shelby Arculeri. Number 12, Hope Maiman. Number 13, Julia Mostak. Number 14, Clara Morris. Number 15, Megan Bruns. Your assistant coaches, Heidi Boozman, Mallory Hykens, and Libby Jansen. Now here's your starting lineup for the Falcons of Aplington-Parkersburg. A 5'10 junior,
Rockets.
number 2, Colby Wangsness.
Back to serve,
5'6 senior, number 3,
Taylor.
Emma Wolf. 5'7 senior, number 4, Isabella Boozman. A 5'10 junior, number 5, Ava Eddy. A 6' senior, number 8, Peyton Kloster. 5'10 junior, number 9, Zoe Eulenhock. And your libero, a 5'7 senior, number 16, Adria Niemeyer. Head coach for the Falcons,
wide,
Candace
point, Regals.
Klespies. Now let's meet the team from Dike-New Hartford.
Serving for
Here
Iowa
are the
City, Virginia,
Wolverines.
number 14, Caitlin
Your
Martin.
non-starters. Number 2, Haley Badker. Number 3, Addie Joslin. Number 5, Sophia Bennett.
Molly
Number 8,
Schaefer.
Riley Reichs.
Point.
Number 9,
Rockets.
Kaylin Meester. Number 10, Abby
Serving for
Jensen.
EBF, number 16,
Number 13,
Kaylee
Mallory
Helm.
Peterson. And number 15, Autumn Meester. Your assistant coaches, Lawrence Harms and Abby Banworth. Here's your starting lineup for the Dike-New Hartford Wolverines. A 5'5 senior,
Reese
number
May.
1, Lucy
Point,
Varney.
Regals.
5'7 senior, number
Serving
6,
for Iowa
Maddie
City, Virginia,
Busco.
number 4, Adelie Klein.
5'7 freshman, number 7, Aubrey Ash. 5'8 senior, number 11, Izzy Norton. 5'9 senior, number 12, Shannon Moorman. And a 5'11 junior, number 14, Keely Cowton. Your libero is a 5'3 freshman, number 4, Ruby Varney.
Molly Schaefer. Point.
Head coach for the Wolverines,
Rockets.
Diane Harms.
Substitution for Eddyville Blakes.
Now, fans, let me introduce to you our officials for this 2A quarterfinal as assigned by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Your first referee, Randy Clark. Second referee, Tom Sullivan. Line judges, Vince Workman and Ted Mosier.
Point, Regals.
All right, who's ready for state tournament volleyball?
Well, we certainly are. You're watching the 2024 Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. As sole title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, Iowa Farm Bureau believes in the Iowa girl and cultivating individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. By investing in Iowa's youth, we're investing in Iowa's future. Thank you, Iowa Farm Bureau, for sponsoring the Girls State Volleyball Tournament. You're watching live coverage on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. There's the Aplington-Parkersburg Falcons and head coach Candace Klespies. Her third year as the head coach of the Falcons, bringing them to the state tournament for just the second time in those 3 years. But they are the first to consecutive trips for the Falcons since they made 6 consecutive state tournament appearances from 2003 to 2008. They have to go up against a team that they are so familiar with. That would be the Dike-New Hartford Wolverines, the number 4 team in the state. They are the defending Class 2A state champs under a head coach that all she does is win. Diane Harms, almost over 1,100 career wins as the head coach of Dike-New Hartford Volleyball. I should say 839 of those wins coming specifically at Dike-New Hartford. And she's looking to win number 30 on the season. A lot of teams and a lot of people said Dike-New Hartford could not get back here to Coralville after graduating the Peterson sisters, graduating Baron Bixby. Look at all the players that they graduated last year. That senior class left a hole to be filled. Well, Dike-New Hartford's done a very good job of filling that and putting themselves back in a scenario to defend their Class 2A state championship. We are underway and ready to get started. Colby Wangsness serves it up for Aplington-Parkersburg, and here we go. The quick attack in the middle. And it's dug up by Wangsness. The Falcons go to the left side for Peyton Closter. Dike-New Hartford counters from the right side. Here come the Falcons again. Swing off the top of the net from Eulenhoff. These two are going to probably have some long rallies here today, and this one goes long from Aubrey Ash. Aplington-Parkersburg takes point number 1. Falcons 36-6. They finished third in a North Iowa Cedar League Central Division that has 3 teams of the state tournament, so they are the worst of the 3 teams here at state from their division as the number 5 team in the state. Just shows you how tough their division is. This is set by Lucy Varney to the left side for Ash. The freshman can't put it away. And now it's Peyton Closter, the senior. She drops in her first kill. And AP off to a 2-0 start. Peyton Closter, we're going to hear from her younger sister Jensen here, I'm sure, in the not-too-distant future once she gets into her rotation. Wangsness will just continue serving it up here for Aplington-Parkersburg. Quick attack to the middle, and that time the timing was good. Kaylee Cowton. She's a great blocker, but she can also get some stuff done offensively. Hits .307 coming into the state tournament. She's got 73 blocks in the season, though. And now Mallory Peterson, the junior, goes back to serve here for Dike-New Hartford. This is dumped over with the second touch, and Isabella Boozman sneaks her way into a kill. Well, that's the best part about having 2 teams that are so familiar with each other, is it sometimes brings out a little something different from both sides because they gotta fool the other. Libero Adrian Niemeyer with the serve. This one's blocked back. Dike-New Hartford had to play it off with a 4th touch. The second touch caromed off a 3rd player, and that was their 3rd touch that they kind of squandered on that opportunity. Aplington-Parkersburg with a great start. And now here's Niemeyer with the serve. They set it outside for Norton. Can't put it down. It goes long. Aplington-Parkersburg off to a great start. And this is just a spot that Dike-New Hartford's not always used to being in a state quarterfinal in which they trail early on. Niemeyer into the net with the serve. Well, that's all right. Aplington-Parkersburg's got a 3-point lead. Just don't want to let side-outs turn into too big a thing. Ruby Varney, 3 aces against Wapsie Valley in the region final. She serves it up. Can't get one here. Niemeyer bumps it over. A bit of a roll shot there for Closter. And now this is Norton getting a big swing, but too much on it. Second time she's missed long here to start this matchup. 2 swings and 2 errors as Aplington-Parkersburg makes a change in the front row with an IMT insurance substitution. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. There is Jensen Closter, who's into the contest here for Aplington-Parkersburg. She's in that front row with her senior sister. And now Jensen's going to get a swing. She flips it off the block. Dike-New Hartford keeps it up. Good job by Buskel. And a great swing. Dropped it in the middle for Izzy Norton. And that's got to be big for Izzy. After missing on her first 2 swings, she gets one to drop there. And now Dike-New Hartford will make their own changes here. That's going to be Kaylin Meester into the contest, serving for Dike-New Hartford. Meester, 28 aces on the year, digs up about 2 attacks per set, but she serves it up in the net for an error. And AP keeps their foot on the gas, continues to keep Dike-New Hartford at bay early on. A serve coming here from Peyton Closter. A good first touch, quick attack, flipped into the corner and down for Shannon Mormon. Shannon Mormon, who had nearly a double-double of kills and blocks against Wapsie Valley in the region final. 10 kills, 9 block shots. She drops in the kill into that back corner. Great spot. And now it's Boozman setting the right side, missing cross court from Jensen Closter. And Dike-New Hartford starting to get their feet under them. And they're starting to do the things they need to do to have success here. Izzy Norton serving up the volleyball. Bad first touch. This is going to drop, and it will be an ace serve. An ace serve for Izzy Norton. It is brought to you by Channel Seeds, your local seeds dealer. Visit channelseed.com today. Here comes Aplington-Parkersburg. Set up the left side. Swing is down, and Wangsness puts that one away after starting the match in the back row. Wangsness rotates to the outside and puts one down to give AP a 2-point edge. Ava Eddy is back to serve. She had a trio of aces against Sumner Fredericksburg in the region final last week. Set goes to Ash. She flips it over, and Aplington-Parkersburg's there, but the second swing from Uhlenhop. Unable to get over the net. Dike-New Hartford cuts it back to one. So the Wolverines still in this. Abby Jensen, the junior libero, the third-team All-Stater last year, but you can see that knee brace. That has hindered her this year. She's not been able to play the libero position for Dike-New Hartford, but she's still able to serve it well. An ace serve for Abby Jensen, brought to you by Channel Seeds. The second ace for Dike-New Hartford early in this match, and now Jensen will be serving for the lead for Dike-New Hartford. And another great serve. AP mishandles. This does get over the net. Great recovery. It's sent back. Aplington-Parkersburg's have a chance. Jensen Kloster can't put it away. And here's Ash swinging to the back row. Kept up, and just a bit of an overpass there for Boozman. Dike-New Hartford's got their first lead. The Wolverines up by one here in the first set. It'll be Abby Jensen serving it up. Third-team All-State libero last year for the Wolverines. Wants the bump, and Wangsness has to play a free ball. Jump set, dumped over the middle for Addie Joslin. Addie Joslin likes to take those risks a little bit more out of the setting position than Lucy Varney does. That's a nice thing. Dike-New Hartford running a 6-2 this year. They have been able to really utilize the strength of both setters very well. Lucy Varney and Addie Joslin, they both bring something different to the table, and that's made their offense so multiple. Aplington-Parkersburg has to play a free ball. Quick attack. That one's blocked back. Great job for Aplington-Parkersburg with Wangsness and Uhlenhop. And the Falcons get a crucial side out. They'll make another change and into serve is Emma Wolf. With a quick substitution for Emma Wolf. And here come the Wolverines. Kind of mistimed that quick attack. Now Aplington-Parkersburg comes with their own quick attack, and it's Uhlenhop to tie up set one. Both these teams were here last year but didn't get the chance to play one another, being on opposite sides of the bracket, of course. Now playing each other in the first round. How about that? Good keep by Joslin, and that one's flipped over from the back row. Izzy Norton. What a swing from downtown. Dike-New Hartford goes up by one, and they will make a quick substitution. Lucy Varney checks in. Addie Joslin goes out as the Wolverines will change hands when it comes to who does the setting. Niemeyer bumps it over her head for Wangsness. Ash, the freshman, can't put it down, and Aplington-Parkersburg plays it over. This one's going right side this time. It's tipped over by Buskel. Off the block. Great keep from Varney. And now that one's played over. It's Boozman the set, the quick attack, and the solo block for Cowton. One of the top 2A blockers here in Coralville. Keeley Cowton shows why. You don't need two, you just need Keeley for the block. Dike-New Hartford goes up by two, and now the Falcons looking for the response. Dike-New Hartford's got the chance to counter, and they do for the right side. Niemeyer keeps it up, sets it over the net, and drops it into the short corner. What a play by Boozman. Got over 2,000 career assists at Aplington-Parkersburg, and she assisted herself with a great dump over. And the Falcons trail it by 1. Dike-New Hartford trying to keep it that way. Kind of mistimed the swing, but the long arm of Keely Counton kept her in that pass. Dike-New Hartford goes back up by 2. This will be Mallory Peterson serving it up here for the Wolverines. Off the top of the net and drops it in for an ace. Third ace of the set. It has been brought to you by Channel Seeds and will be all throughout the matchup. Check out channelseed.com to check out more from your local seed dealer. Aplington-Parkersburg sets it up. There's Peyton Closter trying to get her going again offensively. Cross court, dropped into the corner, and it's Izzy Norton putting the Wolverines up by 4 and putting us into a timeout. Dike-New Hartford, the first big lead of this set midway through. Stick around. We'll have more as you look at the Class 2A defending champs, leading by 4 on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
They're the defending 2A champs, come out of their huddle. Feeling pretty good about themselves, up by 4 on Aplington-Parkersburg as we welcome you back to Coralville and Extreme Arena. Should make note as well, over on court number 2, the number 2 seeded Rockets of Eddyville Blakesburg Fremont. They defeat Iowa City Regina in a 3-0 win. So far 2A has gone exactly how the seedings would suggest. Number 1 and number 2 are both moving on to the semifinals. Will the seedings get this one right, though? Dike-New Hartford currently proving that the seeding is correct. There's still a lot of volleyball to be played. Here we go. Falcons set it up over the middle, block back. And now a bit of miscommunication. Who wants it? They'll go outside. Closter can't get it down, and Dike-New Hartford flips it off the top of the net. Quick to the middle. Flipped over by Yulin Hopp, and she drops it in. Aplington-Parkersburg gets the side out they need. Trails by 3. And now has control of the serve once again. It'll be Adrian Niemeyer lining up to serve here for the Falcons. Here's the set, middle, to the back row and down. Keely Counton. Boy, she is really getting going offensively. We mentioned her blocking ability in the front row. But she has been a force when it comes to swinging here so far. And now it'll be Ruby Varney, the libero, serving. Oh, Aplington-Parkersburg's got to go a long way to flag that down. They got to play a free ball. That's bad news against the Wolverines, because that's what's going to happen to you. It's Izzy Norton who drops it down. Norton, the senior, one of the few returning starters from Dike-New Hartford's championship team last year that went 50-0. 5th here at state in Class 2A in kills. Mishandled, miscommunication, and it's an ace serve for the libero, Ruby Varney. Another ace serve brought to you by Channel Seeds, your local seeds dealer. Check out channelseeds.com today. We've had 4 of those ace serves for Dike-New Hartford. Ruby Varney going for a 5th. This one's passed tight to the net, played over, swung on, and Aplington-Parkersburg keeps it up. Around the block, pinballs around, and Peyton Closter drops it in for the Aplington-Parkersburg point, and the Falcons are back within 5. Jensen Closter checks back into the front row, playing with her older sister. And now Aplington-Parkersburg will serve with Isabella Boozman. Set to the middle. That's pushed through. Punched up by Boozman. And that one's tipped. Bump goes right and into a block. Peyton Closter and Ava Eddy are there for the denial. Totally snuffing out the Booskel swing. Dike-New Hartford up by 4 as the Falcons start trying to stage a comeback here. Jump serve. It's barely kept up. Is that going to get over? No, it won't. It is Izzy Norton unable to get that one over. And an ace serve for Boozman, a Channel Seeds ace serve. As Boozman lines up for the serve once again. Set to the middle and powered through. That's Shannon Mormon with the kill for Dike-New Hartford. Stops a little 3-0 run for AP. And now the Wolverines will have service with Kaylin Meester, the sophomore. Tight to the net. Set right side and able to power it off the block is Jensen Kloster. That's a good point for the Falcons, who get their swing going from the right side. Aplington-Parkersburg cuts it to 3. Now here's Peyton Kloster with the service. Barely kept up by Dike-New Hartford. Flipped over by Norton. And now they set it left. Wangsness rejected over the block. Beatty Joslin in there. Got Shannon Mormon in it. Dike-New Hartford's up by 4, and Aplington-Parkersburg, they've been able to get it to within 3. Got to see if they can get it closer. Float this to the back row. And Aplington-Parkersburg's in trouble. That's going to fall for an ace serve once again. Izzy Norton, the ace serve, 5th of the set. It is brought to you by Channel Seeds, your local seed dealer. We've had a ton of these ace serves here in set 1. And now from the right side, that skimmed off the tape. Allowed Ruby Varney to play it. This one's blocked back. And no, they are going to say it just hit the net. So the recovery results in a 4-hit violation. And Aplington-Parkersburg gets the side out. But the Falcons need a lot more. They need to get a couple points here. Going to try for a hard serve. It's Ava Eddy serving. Second ball dumped through. Aplington-Parkersburg keeps it up and plays it over. They're going to say, though, that was a 4-touch. I think the initial keep-up was touched by 2 players at the same time. And so, therefore, what we thought was the second and third touches were in reality the third and fourth. Abby Jensen back to serve here for Dike-New Hartford. So great that she can still have an impact, even though she's maybe not the day-to-day libero. Tipped over and dug over the net and out of bounds. Wangsness able to put one down for Aplington-Parkersburg. Another side out, but might not do you any good as a substitution occurs. Brought to you by IMT Insurance. Emma Wolf checks in. Again, learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. It's Emma Wolf. Jump serve. Played over the net. And into the net, I should say. Aplington-Parkersburg, back-to-back points. That's what the Falcons need. You just hope if you're an AP fan that's not too little too late. Falcons still have a little bit more in them as they try to stage the comeback. They were down by as much as 5 here. Quick set, middle, down. That timing so impeccable for Dike-New Hartford. Keely Cowton brings us within 2 points of a Dike-New Hartford win in set 1. The Wolverines have been here so many times, too many times to count. Lucy Varney serving it up for the Wolverines. Here's the set, tipped over. Good recovery from Ash from the right side. It's powered through by Buskel, and it is set point. Dike-New Hartford. Candace Klespie, the head coach of Aplington-Parkersburg, is not going to use that timeout before this set point. She's going to let them play it on their own. To the middle, and that's wide. She knows her team. Eulenhop able to get it down. She had such an impressive performance against Sumner Fredericksburg. She had 12 kills, 18 swings, no errors. She had 667 with 12 kills in that region final against Sumner Fredericksburg. Dike-New Hartford trying to put an end to the set, but AP says not so fast. A triple block. There's just no way to get around that if you're Keely Cowton. Aplington-Parkersburg needs 3 more without a Dike-New Hartford side out. Wangsness, the serve. And Diane Harms wants a timeout for Dike-New Hartford. AP makes it a little interesting here late in the first set. We'll see if they can keep it going when we come back on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Aplington-Parkersburg's done just enough to keep this set going. Do they have 2 more points in them without a Dike-New Hartford side out? That's what's at stake here. Aplington-Parkersburg's already scored 3 in a row to keep this match going, or keep the set going, so what's another 2 more, right? See if they can get it done. Colby Wangsness will have the serve for the Falcons. Here we go. It's in play, so that's the first step. Stopping Dike-New Hartford's the second step. They keep it up. And Peyton Closter can't put it away. Left side down the sideline, and Aubrey Ash puts an end to set 1. Dike-New Hartford, after toying around late in the first, they win it 25-22, and they'll go into the tunnel with a 1-0 lead. The defending champs off to a great start. Stick around, set number 2 coming your way in just a moment on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Slade's the place for you!
Back here to Extreme Arena in Coralville. You're watching the 2024 Girls State Volleyball Tournament on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Let's take a look at our SUE Cup stats as both teams played a very, very competitive first set of this matchup. You see Dike-New Hartford's got the edge as far as offensive efficiency, hitting a $132, or actually Aplington-Parkersburg got the edge, hitting a $167, but Dike-New Hartford's got the edge on amount of successful offensive swings. And the ace serves, it's a small part of the game, but I think that does make a big impact. 5 aces for Dike-New Hartford as they were able to steal more points on serves, but AP's block really good as well. 4 blocks for the Falcons in that front row. That's a look at your SUE Cup stats through set number 1. Again, Dike-New Hartford taking the first set by a score of 25-22. There's the Wolverines in their blue uniforms, those uniforms that we are so accustomed to seeing here at the state volleyball tournament. Cedar Rapids, Coralville, doesn't really matter. They could play this in a barn somewhere, but Dike-New Hartford would have a lot of success. We just know that to be the case. Here we go. Lucy Varney serving things up to get things started in the second set. Nearly serves up an ace, but the Falcons will get it over. And it was a competitive swing as well from Wangsness. There's the block that we talked about in set 1. Peyton Closter and Zoe Uhlenhop get in for the block for AP. And that front row defense gets a point on the board already here in set 2. Adrian Niemeyer back to serve. The libero for the Falcons. And Dike-New Hartford goes middle. Oh, it was dug initially, but it finds the floor after a while. Maddie Buskel able to sneak it down, and we're tied at 1. As Dike-New Hartford makes a quick change in serve. Mallory Peterson into the contest to serve it up for Dike-New Hartford. It's an IMT insurance substitution, and it's going to lead to a Channel Seeds ace serve, 6th ace of the match for Dike-New Hartford. Channel Seeds, your local seeds dealer. Check out channelseeds.com today. Mallory Peterson keeps the serving success going for Dike-New Hartford. Tipped over. And the Wolverines want to counter. They go for that right side again, and Buskel's got the hot hand. She's got 2 of the 3 points to start set 2. And the Wolverines off to an early lead. This comes after AP had gotten out to a 5-1 lead to start set 1, but ultimately squandered it as the set went along. Set tip by Peyton Closter. Good recovery off the block there and played over in between the sticks. They'll set the left side. Peyton Closter goes cross court. And Aplington-Parkersburg gets a big side out. Cuts the deficit to 1. And it'll be Isabella Boozman back to serve. Great serve taken by Ruby Varney. Power tip with a net violation in tow as well. Keely Cowton gets it down on the power tip. Dike-New Hartford up 2. And now it'll be Ruby Varney back to serve for Dike-New Hartford. But she can't serve without a volleyball. Had to get her one there. Varney the serve. Here come the Falcons. Tipped it over. And Jensen Closter, the freshman, puts it down for the point. Jensen and Peyton getting a rare opportunity there as freshmen and senior sisters to be able to play with each other on varsity. Sometimes that kind of an age gap of about 2.5, 3 years doesn't allow you the opportunity to play high school sports together. One on freshman team, one on varsity. But Jensen's good enough that she does get that opportunity to play with Peyton, and that pass just a little too far for her to handle. Aplington-Parkersburg gives up a point there. Dike-New Hartford up by 2. And the Wolverines will have service with Kaylin Meester. Meester to the back row. And AP goes to Wangsness, and she drops it in the back row for the point. Colby Wangsness cuts it to 1. And the Falcons not trying to let Dike-New Hartford off the hook early. Sticking with it. And Ava Eddy has the service. Jocelyn has to scramble, and so the Wolverines have to play a free ball. They were not in system. Quick attack for the middle for Uhlenhop. Here comes the swing from Norton. And now it's Jensen Closter who's rejected. Now Aplington-Parkersburg, got to give them credit. They were trying to go everywhere to get that offense going, but Dike-New Hartford had them read well. Izzy Norton and Shannon Mormon with that block. Dike-New Hartford up by 2. And now it's Norton back to serve. Back corner. Quick middle for Uhlenhop. Forced off the block. Uhlenhop, who has become very familiar with this trip from Aplington-Parkersburg down to Coralville, whether it's in volleyball in the fall, whether it's in the winter for state wrestling. The state wrestler for the girls' wrestling team for AP Grundy Center. And a great job to get to this facility for both Girls High School Athletic Union state tournaments. This one's pushed into the net by Wangsness. And Dike-New Hartford keeps their 2-point edge through this second set. Abby Jensen checks in to serve. And she'll try and keep the momentum squarely in Dike-New Hartford's favor. That's a wicked serve and dropped it in for an ace. Abby Jensen with a Channel Seeds ace serve. Another one for the Wolverines. Their 7th ace of the match. Abby Jensen, she's got a couple of them Might have another here. Nope, the Falcons are able to get it up to the middle, and that one is blocked just barely out of bounds. So Aplington-Parkersburg gets the point. It was Eulenhop tooling off the block, and now it is Colby Wangsness for the serve. Bump and a back row swing for Norton. Just missed out of bounds, and boy, Closter had to hit the deck to stay out of the way of that one. Not very often you have to duck to get out of the way of an attack like that. Served by Wangsness, and come the Wolverines. Tipped around the block. Played up to Closter. She's blocked. Good recovery. And now she'll swing again. Push to the back corner. What an adjustment. I mean, you try and spike it short, and then everybody's scrambled up to the front row. So why don't I just push it back row, back corner? That is incredible court awareness from Peyton Closter. Wangsness, the serve, just barely played up by Ruby Varney. And that one's rejected. A massive block. Peyton Closter, Zoe Eulenhop. No, hang on. Who's the point to? They're going to say Eulenhop was in the net. A net violation is going to give Dike-New Hartford the point. Oh, a killer there for Aplington-Parkersburg. The Falcons give up the side out. Wolverines retake the lead. A very tough break for AP. Now here's the serve. Falcons trying to recover. No cross court. It's played tight to the net. It was tapped over, and there was a Wolverine in the net. So we trade net violations, and Aplington-Parkersburg gets the serve back. All's well that ends well, I guess. Niemeyer on the serve. From the right side, it's through the block, and it goes down for Buskell. Maddie Buskell having a great second set for Dike-New Hartford. Wolverines up by a point here in set two. And now they'll serve with Mallory Peterson. AP gets into their offense. And Miss Long with the swing by Peyton Closter. Back-to-back points for Dike-New Hartford as the Wolverines, their title defense after a historic 50-0. Some have called them the best, the 2023 Wolverines, the best volleyball team the state of Iowa's ever seen. Or for sure one of the top 10. How do you counter that? Well, they're trying to do so with another championship. This attack goes in the net. And the Dike-New Hartford lead is 3. Wolverines are 29-15 after not losing a match all of last year in 50 tries. Just barely played up, and AP does get it over. Dumped over with the second ball. And Lucy Varney pulls an Addie Joslin to give the Wolverines a 4-point lead and to force a timeout for Aplington-Parkersburg, the defending state champs. Again with the lead midway through the set. We'll have more coming your way next on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Well, this is court number 1 here at the Girls State Volleyball Tournament, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Daniel Versteg with you, bringing you the coverage on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Dike-New Hartford, the defending 2A champs after their historic 50-0 run last year. Now up 1-0 and trying to take the second set while they're at it. It's Mallory Peterson on the serve, and she serves long. 7 ace serves for the Wolverines this match, just the second service error of the afternoon. And Aplington-Parkersburg gets a quick side out. Isabella Boozman will have the serve here for AP. They're Incredible setter. Tap, played up, and Peyton Closter is swatted down. Buskel and Counton reject the swing. Dike-New Hartford's lead is 4. Ruby Varney. Libero here for Dike-New Hartford goes back to serve. That's a wicked one. Played up by Wangsness. Here comes Peyton Closter. Watch out. Wolverines there to play it up. And that's rejected at the net. It was Jensen Closter and Ava Eddy combining for that block. AP cuts it to 3. Like we talked about in set 1, if you can side out to get to this point, great, but you got to find a way to get a couple more. And Izzy Norton's going to keep AP from doing that. A nice swing off the block for the kill. Dike-New Hartford goes up by 4 as the Wolverines make a change. They'll sub in a new server. It's Kaylin Meester and an IMT insurance substitution. Learn how you can be worry-free at imtins.com. Meester the serve, and now AP goes to work over the middle. Jensen Closter looked like she was going to run up and hammer it home. Instead, she tips it. Dike-New Hartford with the recovery. Some miscommunication, so a free ball coming to the Wolverines. You don't normally get these back, and AP won't get this one back. It's Shannon Mormon with the kill. And Candace Klespies has seen enough in just 3 years as the head coach of the Falcons to know you cannot make mistakes like that against Dike-New Hartford. You've got to communicate, clean touches, and tough swings. You got to make them earn their points, and right now the Falcons aren't doing that. This attack results in a net violation for Ava Eddy. And Dike-New Hartford continues to grow that lead up to 6 points. Serve once again, mishandled a bit. Pushed over, another free ball coming. Out of system though, flip it over. And now Boozman trying to get to Wangsness. She's blocked back. Good recovery. Second ball dumped through. Jocelyn to the middle. And that one's hammered home by Mormon. Dike-New Hartford leads by 7. And Aplington-Parkersburg just trying to pick up the pieces here in set number 2. Wangsness wants another try. Tipped over by Norton. Oh, what a change of speeds. Another try for Wangsness. Nope. And now the middle. And Mormon's got a hot streak going. She puts the Wolverines up ahead by 8 and forces AP into their second timeout. Dike-New Hartford cruising here in set number 2. We got more coming your way next on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Well, we got an all North Iowa Cedar League conference matchup, an all divisional matchup, the Central Division, as Dike-New Hartford up by 8. And massive run here for the Wolverines. They've scored 5 in a row. Dike-New Hartford well on their way to a 2-0 lead in this matchup, putting Aplington-Parkersburg on the ropes as they are trying to dethrone the giant that is Dike-New Hartford volleyball. It's just inevitable. You know they're coming. There's not much you can really do to stop them. Tipped, got it over the net. And Norton goes cross court. Niemeyer there. Rejected on the swing by Wangsness. Mormon, Jocelyn. It's all Dike-New Hartford. 6 Wolverine points in a row. And it'll be Meester serving again. Caitlin Meester. Jensen Closter finally puts an end to the run. After 6 straight Dike-New Hartford points, Aplington-Parkersburg finally gets back on the board and gets control of service. With a ton of work to do, Ava Eddy trying to get the work underway. Norton will put an end to that work quickly. And get a pass like that from Addie Jocelyn, there's just really not much you can do about it. Dike-New Hartford keeps it rolling, and AP, all they can do is watch from the bench. They don't have any more timeouts. Flipped over by Jensen Closter. To the middle, and AP can't keep it up. Shannon Mormon has caught lightning in a bottle here the last few points. Now with 5 kills in the matchup for Dike-New Hartford. She's also gotten in on 3 blocks. Overpass, and pushed back by Mormon. It was also an illegal back row attack against the setter Boozman. All Dike-New Hartford looking like the big bad Wolverines we come to expect. This is another denial and just a clinic in front row defense for Dike-New Hartford. It is set point Wolverines. Serve back row. Here come the Falcons. Cross court. Ruby Varney there. From the outside, it's Ash winning it for Dike-New Hartford. The Wolverines score 11 of the last 12 points and dominate set 2. Can Aplington-Parkersburg figure things out in set 3? Stick around to find out on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Excelling in athletics takes teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. These are the same qualities that help our pig farmers and our communities thrive. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics and the student athletes who make us all proud. Visit iowapork.org/WeCare to meet the people behind the pork and hear about our winning approach to caring for our pigs, the environment, and our communities.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Well, Dike-New Hartford cruises to a set 2 win after scoring 11 of the last 12 points. And as you can see from the Sukup stats, they tell the story. Dike-New Hartford, 1 out of every 4 swings is getting down for a kill. Hitting at a .250 rate. Aplington-Parkersburg, the blocks for Dike-New Hartford are getting to them, and they're hitting .057. Also, Dike-New Hartford's back row defense, not too shabby either. 32 digs, 6 blocks apiece, but AP got a lot of their blocks in the first set. Dike-New Hartford got that front row going in set number 2. So now it's win or go home for Aplington-Parkersburg. Dike-New Hartford just needs a set, and the Falcons need each and every one of the possible 3 sets to keep their season alive and to deny Dike-New Hartford's opportunity to defend their state title. Colby Wangsness, who starts the third with service, as the Falcons have to win set 3 to deny Dike-New Hartford the win. And this will get a good start going. Wangsness with the ace serve. Drops it in. It is brought to you by Channel Seeds, your local seed dealer. Visit channelseed.com today. Great ace serve off the top of the tape. And now Wangsness will try and do it again. And she serves it long. So she went short on the first one off the top of the net and then goes long on the second one and misses. And both points in set 3 from serves in some form. Mallory Peterson back to serve as AP tries to counter with Peyton Kloster. It is kept alive. From the left side, it's put down for Izzy Norton. Norton talked about just how important it was for her senior class to kind of fill the void of senior class that graduated off last year's 50-0 championship team. She said they left a great legacy behind, and we just wanted to fill that, trying to keep the success of the program going. During the first practice, she said, we knew they wanted to be right back here in Coralville, and Norton gets another swing to be put down. When you have a program like this, there's no other expectation but to be in Coralville, and they knew that right when practice started. The Wolverines cruising with another ace serve. An ace serve for Mallory Peterson. It's the 8th ace serve of the match for Dike-New Hartford. The Wolverines float the serve to the back row. And it's played over by the Falcons. Set goes left, and the swing is down for Izzy Norton. And Dike-New Hartford goes up 5-1 here in set number 3. Now Aplington-Parkersburg's making some changes. Kennedy Kalkorf checks in, the sophomore, in a quick IMT insurance substitution. The serve played up by Kalkorf, who gets the first serve just to christen her into the contest. It is Norton trying to drop it in the middle. Niemeyer there to play it up and tapped through by Peyton Kloster. Second ball played through. Tight to the net. And now Boozman tried to do it herself. Norton goes cross court and has another. Izzy Norton with her third kill in the last 4 Dike-New Hartford points. And it's all Wolverines here in set 3. Overpass. And it's dumped down by Keely Cowton. And Aplington-Parkersburg has no other choice but to call a timeout. Dike-New Hartford rolling with 7 straight points. The Falcons need to put something together when we come back on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Well, it's been all Wolverines, and these Falcons, they need to figure out something. 7 Dike-New Hartford points in a row has put an AP behind the 8 ball already with their backs up against the wall. It's all Wolverines. They're trying to sweep their way. They don't want to leave any doubt. And they will get the friendly roll. An ace serve from Mallory Peterson, brought to you by Channel Seeds. They've had 9 of those today. And it's 8 straight Wolverine points. Can AP get a side out? This goes off the block. Norton with a great first touch. They're going to go for the right side this time, and it works as well. Maddie Buskell. 9 Dike-New Hartford points in a row. And the Wolverines just won't let up. AP got the first point of this set, and it's been nothing but bad for AP until then. A service error for Mallory Peterson has graciously sent things back over to Aplington-Parkersburg. But a 7-point deficit to Dike-New Hartford of the state tournament might as well be a death sentence, especially when you're down 2-0. And AP got all out of sorts. Izzy Norton able to put that one down for a Dike-New Hartford point. And I just want to know who the wise people were that said Dike-New Hartford couldn't get back here. Have you watched girls volleyball in this state before? I don't know who doubted this team, but whoever did needs to be rechecked. Maddie Buskell drops it in. Dike-New Hartford is still Dike-New Hartford. They may not have any Petersons, they may not have a Bixby, but they still have the Harmses on the bench. Aplington-Parkersburg has known that, and now they're able to get it down with Peyton Closter. All Aplington-Parkersburg on that point. The Falcons need a few more of those where that came from. As Kennedy Colcorf checks out, and it looks like Jensen Closter checks in. Jump serve from Boozman. Rejected. There's a huge solo block. Peyton Closter got over there and denies the slide on the right side for Buskell. Peyton Closter, who finished 8th at the state tennis tournament in singles. I love all the multi-sport athletes we see down in some of these smaller schools. It's great. And this one's going to get down for Mormon. Dike-New Hartford continues to lead set 3 big. And the Wolverines are trying to set up a rematch with Denver. A team, one of the only non-5A teams to beat Denver this year is Dike-New Hartford. The only non-5A team to beat Denver. And allowed Dike-New Hartford to continue to win the division. However, Denver did win the North Iowa Cedar League tournament. But the divisional regular season won by Dike-New Hartford. This one dropped in for Peyton Closter. And Aplington-Parkersburg records a side out. Still is down by 7 and in need of some help. To the middle, Mormon's rejected. That'll help. That'll certainly help the cause. Wangsness and Eddy keeping AP in it. And they're going to make Dike-New Hartford earn it. And you may have the upper hand, you may lead the match, but we're still going to make you work really hard in this one. Played up low, pushed through, and some miscommunication on who wanted it will allow Mormon to drop in the point. Dike-New Hartford's halfway home in set 3. The Izzy Norton back to serve, and this one goes long. Great read by Niemeyer. Usually the rule kind of is, if it's at a certain height when it gets to you, you got to get out of the way as soon as possible. And Niemeyer did that, saw it was up a little too high, and a great job of getting out of the way. From the right side, ooh, this is going to be tricky. Everybody scrambles over there on that bench. And Closter gave up the body to try and keep it alive, but no dice. Dike-New Hartford up by 7. Abby Jensen back to serve. Junior who doubled her season ace total here today. Trying to add to that. Couldn't get her third. Wangsness will get it down. That one caroms off a few. Colby Wangsness gives Aplington-Parkersburg to serve back, and they're starting to chip away. You got to do it kind of slowly but surely. AP's been doing that. They've gotten 2 here, 3 there. Kind of just keep that run up. Here come the Wolverines. Play it through. Great diving play by Closter. Wangsness. Oh, she hit the antenna. Or was outside the antenna, excuse me. Yeah, I didn't think the antenna moved. It was outside the antenna. And Dike-New Hartford up by 7. Lucy Varney serving with just 10 points, separating Dike-New Hartford from a semifinal matchup tomorrow. Tip. And that does get over. What a recovery. What a save by Cowton. AP plays the free ball. Dike-New Hartford somehow still on this point. To the middle. It's pushed through. Oh, my goodness. If Dike-New Hartford wins this, be remarkable. Oh, a tool off the block there for Wangsness, and AP will get the point. But what a job by Dike-New Hartford to even stay in that point. That point lasted way longer than it should have. But AP still comes out on top in it. And see if that gives the Falcons a little bit of something to work through. Tipped over by Counton. And there was a Falcon in the net. Net violation against Aplington-Parkersburg. And the Dike-New Hartford lead remains at 7. So again, trading side outs is just not gaining Aplington-Parkersburg any ground at this point. Mallory Peterson plays the serve back row. Oh, it's an overpass, and that one's not coming back. Izzy Norton takes it, drops it down, and Candace Klespies uses her second and final timeout of the set, potentially the match, and potentially of the season. Dike-New Hartford, a big lead, trying to go for the sweep when we come back on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Dike-New Hartford's ready to go. They can sniff a sweep, and they can sniff a rematch with Denver in the next round of the Class 2A state tournament. A Denver team that they have both lost to and beaten this year. They are 1-1 against the Cyclones, and will go for the rubber match win in a state semifinal coming up tomorrow, assuming Aplington-Parkersburg doesn't have anything to say about it. If they do, they're going to have to say it quickly, because Dike-New Hartford's on a roll. Keely Counton puts the Wolverines up 9. Aplington-Parkersburg proved they weren't a one-year wonder. They got back to the state tournament after making it last year for the first time in 15 years. That overpass ends up working. As Emma Wolf's going to end up finding the floor for the point. AP cuts it to 8. And Aplington-Parkersburg's goal at the beginning of the year, prove we're not a one-year wonder. Prove that we can get back to the state tournament. They've done that. How can they prove they can hang with Dike-New Hartford late in this set? This one's powered through the block and it gets down. Buskell with the kill for the Wolverines. Dike-New Hartford brings in Shannon Mormon in an IMT insurance substitution. Check out imtins.com to learn how you can be worry-free. Served by Ruby Varney. Here come the Falcons. That's into the net. The recovery's a 4-hit violation. Dike-New Hartford's to 20. They've doubled up AP in this third set. Keep in mind, folks, this is the 4 versus 5 matchup. Two teams very tight rankings-wise, but scoreboard-wise, not so much at this match. And AP recovers, but can't play it over. 21-10. Dike-New Hartford just dominating. Completely on a roll. And Ruby Varney will serve. Taken by AP. Cross-court, great swing. Peyton Closter puts it down. The Falcons don't want to be done yet. Still got too much to play for. Too much to accomplish for their season to end on a note like this. Isabella Boozman. Oh, the great timing. Shannon Mormon. Not so much a quick attack, but that was smacked at the apex of the set. Again, Dike-New Hartford still has a 2-1 edge in points here in set 3. Played over and out on the serve. Kaylin Meester gives Aplington-Parkersburg a free side out. But again, the road is long for the Falcons if they want to come back in this one. Peyton Closter serves it up, and it's Mormon again. with an emphatic kill. Shannon Mormon, 11 kills, 1 error on 17 swings. She's hitting .588. You just cannot hit better than that. Niemeyer takes it. Wangsness swings. And Dike-New Hartford goes to work over the middle. This is bumped up. Just dropped over the net by Wangsness. Great swing. She took something off it, put some spin on it, and was able to just barely craze it over the net. By the way, on the other court, Beckman Catholic just won the first set on South Hardin. In that 3-6 match of Beckman Catholic, the 3 seed. Trying to go all chalk in Class 2A. Got an opportunity to do so. This one's flipped over and out. And it is match point for Dike-New Hartford. The Wolverines, who went 50-0 and graduating a senior class last year that programs can only dream of having players like that come through every once in a while. They had them all on the same team, graduated them all, and now are going for the sweep, but they'll have to wait another point. Abby Jensen goes long on the serve. And Dike-New Hartford's gotten the side out, but now the tall task. They need 10 points all in a row without a Dike-New Hartford side out. Here we go. Emma Wolf with the serve, with AP's season on the line. Set, pushed into a block, and AP is still in it. Zoe Eulenhop and Colby Wangsness set up the double block. Wolf once again for the serve. They set it up to the left side, and that goes in the net for Haley Badker. And Aplington-Parkersburg, they've gotten 3 in a row with the side out and counted in there. Still a lot of work ahead of them to try and keep Dike-New Hartford from a sweep. Skims off the tape. Jocelyn Middle pushed through. Wangsness dug up by Badker. Dumps the second ball down. AP still in it. It's jousted, recovered. Dumped down and won by Keely Cowton. Dike-New Hartford remains at the top, a 3-0 win over Aplington-Parkersburg. The Wolverines will take a 30-15 record into a rubber match in tomorrow night's state semifinal against the top-seeded Denver Cyclones. Dike-New Hartford, 25-22, 25-12, 25-16. The Wolverines now 30-15. Aplington-Parkersburg season ends at 36-7. Let's go down to the floor for our post-game presentations with our public address announcer, Tim Fitzpatrick.
Fans, please direct your attention to the court for the awards presentation. In addition to receiving their team trophy, each participating player will receive a medal and commemorative volleyball provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting awards from the IGHSAU are Travis Fleshler and Executive Director Aaron Gerlich. Congratulations, head coach Candace Klespies and the Falcons from Aplington-Parkersburg on an outstanding 2024 volleyball season.
Back to serve number 8, Ava Page.
And now, Sophia Bennett, move your team on the bracket to the semifinal round.
That violation, Trailblazers, point Tigers.
Dike-New Hartford fans, your team advances to the 2A semifinals and will play on Court 1 on Wednesday, tomorrow at 4 p.m. We'll see you then.
We certainly will see you then. Dike-New Hartford and Denver will play in a semifinal tomorrow night, tomorrow evening at 4 o'clock. And the Class 2A state bracket. Congrats to Aplington-Parkersburg on a great season at the state tournament for the second year in a row. We'll stick around. We still got 2 more quarterfinal matchups in Class 1A to bring you. So stick around. All that's coming your way. Also, flip over to court number 2. You can watch the finale of the Class 2A state quarterfinals. Beckman Catholic, South Hardin, just getting going in set 2. So then, so long for our Girls Digital Network crew. Daniel Versteg bringing you the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Midway.